Hi, scholars, welcome back. Today, we're talking about something that truly shaped your dissertation journey, how to choose your dissertation committee. Listen, now many students focus only on their research topic, but choosing the right committee is just as important. Your committee can either make your dissertation experience smoother and, more importantly, be more supportive and are much more stressful than it needs to be. So let's break this down because this is something I'm very passionate about, because when I went through it, I had some growing pains, but it flushed out over time. So first, what exactly is a dissertation committee? Your dissertation committee basically it consists of two people, your dissertation chair and your committee member. Your chair is the person you'll work with the most throughout your dissertation process. You'll be like on the phone together, you'll be typing, emailing, texting back and forth. So they will guide you, provide feedback, and help you to stay on track. Your committee member also reviews your work and provides evaluation and support at key stages of your dissertation. One important thing to remember is this: at least one of your committee member should have experience in the research method, on your committee. So they need to have expertise and background in the method that you plan to use. That is extremely important because you want guidance from someone who understands the methodology behind your study. Now, when do you actually select your committee? For many doctoral students, this happens during the prospectus phase or dissertation preparation course. But honestly, preparation should begin long before that. I wish I had started earlier than I did, but it's okay. Start building those relationships with faculty early in your program. Pay attention to professors whose teaching style you connect with, you want to keep that in mind, and whose feedback helps you grow and whose research interests align with yours. That is key. And here is something many students overlook. Personality and rapport matter. Yes, expertise is important, but so is communication. You must over communicate. You want committee members who are supportive, responsive, and professional. Remember, you'll likely be working with these individuals for months, maybe even years. I know some of my peers who are still working on their dissertation. So story time. I initially chose my committee members before I started my prospectus. But during my prospectus, those professors were oversaturated, totally booked out with other candidates. So I had to scramble at the last hour during my prospectus to find a new committee, from like my chair to the committee member. But praise God, God came through for me. And because of that, my committee, it turned out to be two of the most experienced, professional, and talented professors that I've ever worked with during my journey. Dr. Anson, my chair, and Dr. Geyer, who was my committee member. They were readily available, open, and gave me honest feedback throughout the entire process, which was what I needed at that time. They really played a pivotal role in how I approached my research topic. Another key tip to secure your first chair. To secure your chair first. Once you have a chair, They may even recommend someone to serve as your committee member. They are so supportive and they're there to help you. And when reaching out to faculty, always do so professionally and individually. Avoid sending mass emails to multiple professors at once. That is a no-go. Instead, introduce yourself professionally, mention any previous courses you've taken with them, briefly explain your research interests, share your timeline, and respectfully ask whether they would be willing to serve on your committee. Keep it concise, professional, and genuine. They will hear your heart, they will understand, and they will meet you right where you are. No need to fancy up, okay? Finally, don't panic if you're struggling to find committee members. I was in that spot. Many programs have dissertation coordinators or faculty members available to help guide you through the process. Like I said earlier, I have been there. I had to scramble at that last hour to get a whole new a new committee to help me along my journey. So the biggest takeaway from today's discussion is this: your dissertation committee is more than just a requirement. It is your support system throughout one of the most important academic projects of your doctoral journey. So take this seriously. Take it to heart. Pray about it. Ask God to lead you. He will show you who to choose. So choose people who align with your research goals, communication style, and professional needs. And more importantly, someone who honors the Lord, I would say. That goes a long way. All right, scholars, thank you for joining me today. We discussed what is a dissertation committee, what's their role and in your journey, and when do you actually select your committee. And finally, what to do if you're struggling to find committee members. If you found this content helpful, please be sure to like, share, and follow for more doctoral success tips. Remember, small wins today, big impact tomorrow. I am so grateful for you. And I appreciate you for being here, for tuning in to my channel as I share my experience along my doctoral journey. And I'm literally giving back to my community, which is you guys that are out there working on your dissertation and doing your absolute best to do what you can to move the needle on your research. Listen, we do not grow in isolation. We grow in community. So buckle down, strap up, and get on your knees if you have to, and start, putting in that work now to further your research, because this is one of the important elements that you will need early on when you start this process. And, I can't wait to see all that God is going to do in your study. And when you're on the other side, also giving back to your community. So thank you again for being here. And I cannot wait to see you in the next video, and keep the faith and keep smiling. Until next time. Bye for now.